Hello there, I'm Zach, and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video, and I thought a great place to start would be showcasing off my orks. The orks jumped out to me for being one of the funniest races in the 41st millennium. I mean, they literally can will stuff into being. I think they are the only race genuinely having a good old time in the 41st millennium, and they offer a lot of opportunities for one of my favorite hobby pastimes, conversions. Get this old crap out of here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The good stuff. So I guess we should probably start off by addressing the elephant in the room. Or rather, the gigantic squig in the room. My running bestest squig boy battle wagon. I built this about a year ago. I actually butchered a Demon Engine of Corn model from Forge World I'd scooped up secondhand from a local hobby store. I used his legs and a pair of magnets, a few bottle caps, and secured his torso to the legs to make it a lot easier for storage. As for its construction, I built the face out of the body of a Gorkanaut and the shards from a gift card that I cut up with a snippers. After some wires, chains, a few more bits, and no weapons, because he's a good boy, he was finished. Still need to give him the love and final paint job he deserves. As for the orc on top, he's the lead mech for this giant monstrosity, and he built it in honor of his loyal and trusty squig Boog, who was sadly eaten by my squig demon engine of Brindle in a moment of bizarre irony. The other two conversions I'd have to say I'm the most proud of would have to be my Star Wars conversions, featuring two of the most pain-in-the-ass bases I've ever had to do in my life. I used a CD, a bunch of glue, and some way too small of magnets, and there you have it, floaty Ork Tank. If you haven't caught the reference, this model is basically mocking the tank from Star Wars Episode 1 that the droids use. When it came to this model, I had seen tons of inspiration online of other people's attempts at creating pod racers, so I wanted to give it my own recreation. So I had a spare Tau Devilfish laying around, like everyone should, and so for the greater good, I repurposed for the sake of having an awesome Warboss on bike. And then GW repaid me by scrubbing it from the book, but now I think it's back now. I don't really know. I don't play a whole lot. I'm sorry. The next models I have as far as vehicle conversions goes would probably have to be my Death Dread and my Ork Truck based on Optimus Prime. The Death Dread is actually 2 kilocans slapped on top of each other and then spackled with bits and grits. A fun conversion I like doing now is with Death Dreads is having the pilots exposed. I think it's just kind of comical having them sticking out on top. The last of the vehicles I have to show in this video would be my custom Busta Blaster, which is surprisingly non-custom, and the squad of 9 knob bikers. These two units in particular, I spent a good amount of time getting them where I wanted them as far as painting, but inevitably at the 80% mark, I gave up and never really went back to them and gave them about the same love and attention as I gave this battle wagon. And this wouldn't be an orc army without at least one weird boy and a couple mobs of boys. We did 30 Shooter boys and 30 Slugga Choppa boys. These were definitely the most time-consuming part of the entire army. 60 little faces, 60 little pairs of trousers, weapons. Ugh. It was glorious. And as much of a pain in the neck as these models were to get done, I have to say, I'm very happy with how they turned out. And we all know boys will be boys without a war boss around. And with this war boss, I went way smaller, and I feel like he fits in with the rank and file models really well. I actually based him off of a Gene Stealer cult model using the old metal Ork Commando knob, a loose grot, and some spare bits, and there you go. I like to think he's plotting to overthrow the war boss that he serves, in some cunning but brutal heresy. He's got his best grot radioing fresh battle intel for him to look at their repurposed Tau Drone War projector table. But I hate his paint job, and one day, when I feel up to the task, I will give him more love and attention. But in the meantime, I have plenty of other things I can do to keep me busy. Just 1 or 2 things, I think. Maybe a few more. Oh no. Alas, we must bring the first video to a close. Thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you like what you saw, please feel free to subscribe. Hoping to have more hobby-related content or orc-related content posted once to twice a week in the near future. Thank you for your time, and deuces.